The entertainment industry is like a tapestry. It's made from the hopes, ambitions, and life stories of numerous artists. This one bright spot has lately won over a lot of people as the 26th season winner of The Voice US. This exceptional guy went from nothing to walking the red carpet at the ABS-CBN Gala, an event known for its glitz and grandeur. Their adventure will be explored in this tale. The feelings experienced that evening and the wisdom gained from it all, from humble beginnings in a small town to the bright lights of the ABS-CBN ball. Our story is filled with music and the artists' early discovery of their passion. They sang along to classic pop hits and soulful ballads by music industry legends, and their talent was undeniable. However, their path to success was not without its share of rejection, self-doubt, and despair. With each setback, the artist became stronger, and they eventually overcame these obstacles. The turning point came during their audition for The Voice US. With their hearts racing and surrounded by intense competition, they sang their hearts out. It was a profound moment of clarity when they realized that music was more than just a passion, it was their calling. As the judges turned their chairs, it felt like the universe was saying, "This is your moment." The journey through the show was thrilling, full of ups and downs, but ultimately rewarding. When the invitation to the ABS-CBN ball arrived, it was like a dream come true. The historical significance of the event, which is celebrated annually by stars of Philippine cinema and television, was not lost on the artists. This was more than just a gathering. It was a celebration of culture, creativity, and the shared love of storytelling through the arts. As the artists prepared for the ball, they reflected on the many aspects of their Filipino-American identity. They felt a strong connection to their roots and the lively culture that influenced their upbringing. The event offered a unique chance to embrace and honor their heritage. As the night drew near, they were filled with anticipation as they chose an outfit. It was a deliberate act of homage, honoring both their ancestry and the modern world they now inhabited. The dress they chose fused traditional Filipino elements with contemporary fashion, paying homage to both. As they pulled up to the venue, the magnitude of the event took their breath away. The vast hall, lit up by dazzling decorations, felt like something out of a fairy tale. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation, and the promise of unforgettable encounters hung in the air. It seemed like I was in a dream as I walked the red carpet. The artist felt really noticed and appreciated as fans chanted their names, their faces filled with appreciation. It was a dramatic contrast to those early days of self-doubt with each stride on the carpet. Revived recollections of the fight and the victory, evoking an emotional combination of thankfulness and modesty upon entering There was an abundance of friendliness and solidarity. The atmosphere was more like a casual get-together than a formal affair as the stars conversed, shared tales, and laughed. It was a witness to the unexpected nature of life in the entertainment business that the artist found themselves surrounded by idols who had formerly been looked up to, now becoming peers. In the midst of all the glitter and glamour, the artists kept their feet firmly planted on the ground, reflecting on the path that led them to this point. They made an effort to meet fans, share stories, and express sincere gratitude for their support. These encounters served to highlight the significance of connection in the music industry. There was a young girl who came up to the artist, her voice shaking and her hands shaking with excitement. She spoke about how the artist's music had encouraged her to follow her dreams, and the artist embraced her, realizing the profound impact their work had on her. It was a powerful moment that showcased the ability of music to heal, inspire, and uplift. In return, the artists shared their own struggles, highlighting that everyone faces challenges but that passion and perseverance can lead to fulfillment. As the night wore on, the event unfolded with breathtaking performances honoring Filipino talent, traditional dances, and the power of music to touch lives and create a difference. The connection was tangible and brought them back to the reason they fell in love with music first. The bright tapestry that was formed by modern acts and live music reflected the rich culture of the nation. One that, The artists were enthralled by the enthusiasm and originality shown by their fellow performers, with each show touching on the artist's heart and soul were moved as they beheld a traditional dance group dressed in vibrant ethnic attire. It was a powerful reminder that even though they had traveled far from home, their roots were still an integral part of their identity, and it prompted them to reflect on the significance of cultural preservation and their role in preserving those traditions. As the artists made their way to the stage, the energy of the night washed over them. They took out their guitars and started playing an original song, blending traditional Filipino sounds with contemporary pop. The crowd went wild, celebrating the evening's essence of culture, creativity, and unity. Talks about diversity and representation were a free flow throughout the event. Attending the ABS-CBN Ball was more than just a personal achievement for the artist. It was a source of pride for many and a symbol of hope for aspiring artists all over the world. This was particularly true for artists of color in the entertainment industry. The artist emphasizes in their lectures about representation the necessity of seeing one's own reflection in tales. By sharing one's own stories, one not only honors one's own experiences but also encourages others to embrace their own identities. The artist's goal in sharing their story was to inspire others by expressing an emotion that many guests could relate to, which in turn led to more in-depth discussions around diversity and inclusion in the business. As the night drew to a close, the excitement in the theater reached a peak, and the artist was encouraged to continue the performance. It was a powerful reminder that everyone's experience is unique, but that we are all connected by our passion and tenacity. Stood in front of the camera, they were overcome with emotion as they expressed their thanks for the chance to speak, an honor they had never anticipated but eagerly embraced. As they shared their story, the ups and downs that led up to this point, they did it with authenticity and emotion. They talked about their time on The Voice, how important music is, and the strength of community. They urged everyone to back up incoming artists, stressing that every voice matters and can spark change. The thunderous applause that followed was a sign of recognition and unity. It was a communal event that went beyond the typical confines of performance and assembly, honoring aspirations and the artist thought on the deep experiences shared during the night as the venue started to empty. The evening had been a celebration of community culture and achievement, and the interactions, performances, and talks had left an unforgettable stamp on their heart. Our common appreciation for music. Upon leaving the event, the artist was imbued with a fresh feeling of purpose and determination. The path ahead had many possibilities, and they were resolute in their mission to uplift emerging talent and promote cultural awareness through their platform. In the days that followed, the artist carried the spirit of the ABS-CBN Ball with them, a constant reminder that, as the artist embarked on their next chapter, they were filled with gratitude and hope. The ABS-CBN Ball had been a significant milestone in their journey, and they wanted to continue sharing their music, stories, and culture with the world. They understood that every journey is unique and that every individual has the power to inspire. They were ready to embrace whatever came next, with music as their guiding force and passion as their beacon. In a world that is constantly evolving, the importance of storytelling through music and culture remains timeless. At the ABS-CBN Gala, the artists showcased their experiences, which are a tribute to the power of connection, resilience, and the arts to alter lives. Their continued success serves as an inspiration to pursue our aspirations, accept ourselves as we are, and rejoice in the stories that shape us.